Hello everybody, my name is Petr Koutný and today I'm going to show a game between Yates and Reti. And this game was played in New York in 1924, and the topic of this game is how it's dangerous to leave our king without defenders. And maybe this video or this game will help you to feel the danger, and maybe you will understand how it's important to keep at least one defender not far from our king. So Yates is a white and Richard Reti is a black, and we are watching Caro-Kann defense. Of course, Caro-Kann defense is a very popular chess opening, and it's a solid, it's a safe, and maybe this is the reason why lots of chess players love this opening to play if they are black. So knight to f3, knight to d7 and c3. What is funny that, as I told you, this is a year 1924 and it's not bad position. I think that lots of players are playing similar position nearly 100 years later. So knight to f6 and bishop to c4, e6 and queen to e2. Yes, this pawn formation is typical for Caro-Kann defense. It's a little bit passive, but it's absolutely safe and solid. So it's hard question how white will start attack against black weakness, because I can't see any black weaknesses, and if there is no weaknesses, there is nearly no plan. Of course, white will improve his pieces and will do his best to find something weak to be able to attack. So bishop to e7, both players are going for short castle and rook e1. That's nice, flexible move. Of course, white is waiting for a move with his dark squares bishop, because it's not really simple where this bishop will go. This bishop should go to d2, e3, f4 or g5. That's hard to see, and maybe for this reason white is waiting for black's answer, and that's nice. So knight to d5 and bishop to b3. Why? White is going bishop back to b3. Of course, he will play move c4, and still he is waiting for the action for his another bishop. Dark square's bishop is still sitting on c1, and maybe this is a little bit of danger to sit and wait, but you know, at least where is a good square for this bishop, and I can't see any good squares, because everywhere this bishop will not be the best bishop in the world. So a5, a3, and now c3. It's a good move to say goodbye this dangerous knight from d5, and knight f4 happened. Now we understand why white was waiting with the move of this bishop, because now he doesn't mind to exchange bishop for this knight. Yes, of course, looks a little bit strange, because now black is winning two bishops advantage. That's advantage, of course, but good idea for white is to go and to exchange one of this bishop, and it will be hard job for black to avoid this bishop swap. So rook d1 makes sense, and rook c2. So yes, black will not have any more two bishops advantage, but we are still in the middle game, and this is a question what to play. You know, both players has to find a plan, and at least has to find a target for their attack. Best answer now, it was to take on c2, and I think that black is absolutely okay with chances for counterplay, and of course the result of this game is still open. Maybe now black made a mistake because he played a rook d8, and white is taking on g6. That's okay, why not to make one double pawn. Nearly every double pawns are weak in the endgame, so these double pawns are at least a first small weakness. Not now. Now it's hard to imagine that white will attack these double pawns, but who knows, maybe in the end game these double pawns are not the best pawns on the board. And knight e4, knight b6 happened, b3 and bishop to e7. Now this move, it's a little bit danger, of course. Black is going to attack a3 pawn, and looks like this pawn is a weak pawn, but just watch Black's kingside position, because just imagine that this dark square bishop, it's not there. Black's king should be a little bit weak because there is no defender, there is no piece which is ready to save Black's life, and this is a danger. So as I told you in the beginning of this video, be careful if you are leaving your king without any defenders. Rook d3, and now maybe the last mistake happened here, and Black won a pawn. Yes, Black won a pawn but lost a game because Black's king is absolutely big weakness and he is weak. So now we know where Black is weak. Let's start the attack. Maybe the best move, it was knight g5, but white played knight e5, and the best answer, maybe it was here to take on d4, and now to take back this knight, one exchange for 2 pawns. Maybe this is still fully compensation. At least this is not a disaster, because here happened queen h4, and the game will remain only for next 2-3 moves. Okay, rook h3 and knight g5, and that's a winning attack, and it's hard to stop this attack. I think it's not chance to stop this attack, and Black is lost. So never ever leave your king, leave the most important piece without defenders, because if you are going to leave your king without defenders, you are checkmated. And f6 happened. Okay, what's happened if Black is taking this knight? Check on h8, and of course check, and white is winning. That's a nice variation to remember that Black has lots of problems. Even Black is pawn up. Okay, it was pawn up, but this is not what's going on in our chess games. We are playing for a victory, and the victory is not every time one extra pawn. So let's come back, because what we saw last, we saw knight g5, f6, and white took on g6, and that's game over because too many threats. Checkmate on h8, or another threat, queen h5, and of course here is a queen. So that's a really bad game of Richard Reti, but never mind. Both players are famous because they was at their time strong chess players, and I am happy to show you this game of these two chess legends. I'm sure that we could learn a lot of chess from these chess masters, and maybe this game will help you to understand how it's important to leave at least one piece not far from your king, because if you are not listening to this message, maybe you will lose like Richard Reti. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for every likes and follows, and I hope I will see you soon in our another YouTube chess video. Thank you, take care, thank you for follows and likes, and see you soon. Bye bye, my friends.